Tom, you're head of operations for Cloudreach, which is a cloud solutions provider for the enterprise. So clearly you know what's happening in the cloud space. I'm intrigued, and cloud is something a lot of people talk about. The research that we produce say that most companies are experimenting with it, but not necessarily that people are putting cloud at the center of their core applications. Is that what you're experiencing, and what do you kind of see the direction of travel with cloud going?
Well, it's an interesting word you use, the word travel. I think all organizations that I talk to, the analogy we use is that of a journey. So organizations want to start that journey to the cloud, but the question is, where do they start and what do they start with first? And the speed at which they go on that journey will determine which industry they're in and their motivational factors for doing that. So for example, we work very heavily in the media sector, from TV stations through newspaper groups, for example. And they're all working in this space already. Their cloud adoption strategy is very, very aggressive. They're all competing with each other, so they can't be left behind. So to maintain that competitive advantage, they're very, very quick into the cloud space. But we have other organizations, for example, UK councils, who are much more conservative, but they're looking to innovate. Their budgets are being cut. They don't want to be seen to be the same staid old councils of the past. They want to be seen to be different, innovative, to better collaborate, to better connect with their society, the residents that they're working with. So two very opposite ends of the spectrum. And in the middle, you've got your normal, I guess, stalwarts of the enterprise space from oil companies and banks, and all of them have initiatives. I think you and I were talking earlier around adoption not coming through the front gates, it's coming from within the teams working within organizations. We've definitely seen a lot of that. From adoption of simple tools like Skype and what are the other sort of social tools out there, and the culprits want to maintain controls. How do they maintain control of those tools while allowing the companies allowing the teams to innovate and collaborate? So it depends on all those different factors. So
it's quite a varied environment that you're working with. One of the areas that you do specialize in is around the Google apps. And I'm intrigued because it's one of those decisions that companies make that are quite big decisions, and it's kind of often an all or nothing type of thing. So what's your experience been? Is the pickup of Google apps, is it kind of pushing aside kind of the Microsoft platform in any way, or where do you see that going?
No, absolutely, good question. So we're definitely seeing a large uptake. I mean, here in Scotland, we've got AG Bar, the iron brew maker, went Google last year in November, and we've got a whole other host of companies up here in Scotland and much further afield across the UK, and working with a lot of corporates out in the States. And the consistent theme through all of these organizations is they want to do things differently. They don't want to continue doing the same traditional cyclical nature of IT. It doesn't allow their companies to innovate. It doesn't allow their teams to particularly collaborate especially well. And Google do have a different take. They're not trying to replicate what others have done before them. They're trying to do things differently. It's not just the brand Google and what we associate with it. The technology under the bonnet is very, very well thought through. It's used by hundreds of millions of people day in, day out. It's definitely something worth looking at.
Tom Ray, thank you very much.
You're welcome.